Welcome back to Overtime here on WOTM. We have now our college football picks for this week of college football and the college football season so far, but we stay transparent around here. We'll let you know how we did last week and going into this week. So before we pick our games for this upcoming week, here's how we did last week. All right, so let's start with this week's picks. Our first four games of the slate, we'll go with Alabama, Florida, Auburn, Penn State, Cincinnati, Indiana, and Virginia, North Carolina. Who you like?
I got Alabama, Auburn, Cincinnati, and North Carolina.
I like Auburn. I like Penn State to beat Auburn, but I do think Auburn might be able to cover that 5-point spread.
I think so.
I think it's a lot shorter of a line there. Meanwhile, I also like Cincinnati to beat Indiana, and I like North Carolina at home there as well. Meanwhile, on the other side, the next three games we'll pick is Michigan State at Miami, Virginia Tech at West Virginia, and Arizona State at BYU. Who you like here?
I like Michigan State. I like West Virginia. I like Arizona State.
I like Michigan State in this one as well as West Virginia. I like West Virginia in that matchup, and then I like BYU at home against Arizona State. So we'll see how it all shakes out coming up next week. So that's how we did last week. We were pretty respectable. If you put a little of some change on it, 5-2 and 7-0, and it was a nice little week there.
But hold on, you said you like Penn State to beat Auburn, but
Right.
you think Auburn will cover.
I thought Auburn was going to cover the spread, cover the 5 points.
Okay.
They didn't cover the 5 points.
But you might have taken Penn State anyway.
Right, but I ended up taking Penn State as the winner for the straight-up winner. So this is how it looked as far as the picks go, last week's picks. So, yeah, 5-2 record for Mark and a 7-0 record for me. Let's take that right now. The graphics that we have for this past week's games. So this is how it all shook out past week, and so we'll go into this week as well. We always like to be transparent. So
that's right.
These were our picks from last week. So overall on the schedule, Mark 12-9, and I am 14-7 throughout the first couple of weeks of the college football season. And now it is time for another week of picks. So our week of picks this week will include 7 more games on the slate. We'll start with Notre Dame, Wisconsin, Texas A&M, Arkansas, Missouri, Boston College, and Iowa State, Baylor. Who you like here?
I feel like saying my lock of the week will be, let's see, I think I'm going to take Wisconsin with this. I don't like the way Notre Dame's been playing, even though they wound up beating Purdue by 14 points last week. That was a money game. I almost told somebody to bet the money line on that game. Thank God I didn't. So I like Wisconsin to cover in that game. As far as Arkansas and Texas A&M, I like Arkansas. Boston College and Missouri. Oh my God, Boston College and Missouri, really?
Hey, Boston College undefeated. Just put some respect on their name.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll take Missouri with that. And Iowa State and Baylor. I like Iowa State. Their defense has played outstanding so far this year.
Okay, good deal. I like Wisconsin as well. I also like Texas A&M to beat Arkansas. I like to pull off the upset there, or get the win. They're the favorite team in there. I like Boston College to beat Missouri, and I like Iowa State as well. Our final 3 games: Tennessee at Florida, LSU, Mississippi State, Kentucky, South Carolina. Who you like?
That 18.5 is killing me. I normally would take Tennessee, but that's
well, at this we're going straight up.
Yeah. Oh, are we all straight up? Okay,
this is straight up.
All right. Then I'll take Florida.
Okay, and then next 2.
LSU, I like them to beat Mississippi State, and Kentucky and South Carolina. Oh my gosh. See, Kentucky's one of the better teams, I think, in the East, but I think this is a game they can absolutely lose.
Right.
So I'll take South Carolina.
Like South Carolina. All right, so then pick one of these 7 games against the spread, and this will serve as a tiebreaker.
I'm going to take 10. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Can I take Florida in a heads
Florida
up,
to win, but Tennessee to cover?
Yeah. And I'll take Tennessee against the spread.
Good deal. And since I already like Mississippi State to win the game, I also picked them to cover as well.
For the
win!
win!
Win straight up. So that is our picks this week, and we'll come back with those coming up next week, and we'll let you know how we do. Let's quickly jump to the NFL here with a couple more minutes left of the show. Few teams bounced back after losses in Week 1 and got big wins in Week 2. Lamar Jackson led the Baltimore Ravens against the Kansas City Chiefs. Saw a few more. What were some of the things that stood out for you there in Week 2 as we look ahead to Week 3?
Lamar Jackson was one of those. I thought that was a huge win for Baltimore to come back like that when Kansas City had the lead, and you figure that Kansas City is going to keep on scoring. That Seattle game, too, that was another shocker for me. Tennessee being able to come back against the Seahawks on the road, something you really don't see Seattle allowing up there in 12-man territory.
Right.
I think that you need to see, for Jackson, you need to see Lamar Jackson make big plays at big times, and he did against Kansas City, so I think that helps him. This game, the Minnesota and Arizona game, I thought was outstanding too.
For sure.
Minnesota couldn't convert a field goal, otherwise they would have won. I do like Arizona, though. I think they've looked very good. I think Kyler Murray is one of the better young quarterbacks in the league, and he fits right in there with this pass run option type of offense that seems to be dominating the NFL.
Exactly. Now we'll skip ahead to week 3. Look at some notable games on the slate. What I really like there is a coaching matchup between Sean Payton and Bill Belichick. That game in Foxborough as the Saints visit the Patriots. What are some of the things you'll be looking out for this week as you digest your NFL football Sunday and Monday?
I think the Giants and Falcons, you have two teams that are 0-2. The Giants could win, I think, could win the East. I think they're good enough to win the East. They definitely played well enough against the Redskins. Daniel Jones played really well, I thought, but they just weren't able to hold on to that victory. I don't know what the Falcons are going to do. I don't think they're going to wind up doing anything. The Bengals at the Steelers, another game that really intrigues me because when we're talking about the ability to challenge Baltimore and Cleveland, I think they both can.
Yeah.
They both have the Steelers have history. The Bengals look like a team that played very well the first week against the Vikings. They didn't look as good last week, so I think that's one too. Eagles and Cowboys is another hate match. Can the Cowboys continue how they played? They barely lost to Tampa Bay. They went to beating the Chargers, who I think is pretty good. I like Justin Herbert as a quarterback, so we'll see what the Cowboys do.
Exactly. The second to last game, the Sunday night game, I think it will be very, very interesting.
Yeah.
You got Aaron Rodgers, who had a bounce-back week last week, as you mentioned,
Yeah.
playing the San Francisco 49ers, a really good team, kind of banged up.
Not the
but
Lions
I like,
anymore. Yep.
Exactly. I like the coaching matchup. I like the quarterback matchup. That one should be really interesting coming up on Sunday night.
No Jets, Gerhard.
I said notable games. I
Oh,
mean,
come on, man.
the Jets have to win to be notable.
Yeah, they are not notable. That is very good.
We will always, always, always love football around here. Speaking of, we'll have some high school football coming your way tomorrow night. Keep in mind, Gadsden City and Oxford kicks off your week 5 of high school football. Got great games on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, as well as Sunday and Monday. Of course, we'll be back with you on Monday next week for our program here on WOTM. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for Mark to join us tonight. John joining us last night. Be sure to watch our game of the week this week. And Pigskin Roundup coming up on Friday night at 10:30. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Right on time.
Instead of calling them the Washington football team, call them the Redskins.
I've been doing that for forever.
Yeah.